Okay, we got 3 puppies from Sweet Pea and Capone. Beautiful parents, let me tell you. Okay, this one here is fawn with tan markings. They're all boys, and I don't know if they're long or short coats yet. This one is available, but I'm not going to price them until they get to be older, because and I'm not going to weigh them either. I used to weigh them when they were born, but it's just unreliable. So what I'm going to do from now on, these guys are a day old, I'm just going to post when they were born so people know I'm not lying about the age, because that's important to know that your breeder's not lying about the age. But putting them on a scale, that's just a waste of time, and it just doesn't give the right results. I mean, all of a sudden he could be the biggest one. I doubt it, but it could happen. And all of a sudden this could be the smallest one. So we're just going to wait. But they're on my website. They're going to be puppies number 3, 4, and 5. This one is the medium-sized one of the 3. Mama and Daddy are both tiny, though. Mommy only weighs like a little over 4 pounds, and Daddy doesn't even weigh 3. So the chances of being small is high, especially considering the genetics. But this one is blue with, I think, tan markings, but I'm not sure yet, and white. And then this one is the one that is most likely might not be available, but these 2 definitely are available. But this one I'm holding on. And I am holding off pricing them until I see what I got. So if you go on my list, you could be, next for whichever. She said, hey, I'm interested in this one or this one. And then if you don't like the price when it comes time for pricing, you can just wait for the next one. But if you go to my website, you can get an idea of how my prices go. But I just got to share this real quick about what happened. Let me put these guys back in with Mama, but this is very important information if you are considering breeding your dog. I have 30 years experience, and this is something that you just would never suspect. It's so dark in there. I'll try to keep it on her. But anyhow, this is something you would never suspect. She breaks into my room at 3 a.m. last night. Wakes me up. No problem, because I was expecting her to be in labor soon. And I get up, start the coffee going, keeping my eyes on her, staring at her for hours, waiting on contractions, because I like to mark the clock when they start to contract, because if it goes over 2.5 hours, I'm on my way to the vet. Well, she never contracts, never pants. I offered her food at about 5, 6 o'clock. She ate it. I'm thinking, what'd you wake me up for? So I'm just still watching her, though, because I know she's trying to nest. And she just keeps trying to pee. She, like, every, 15 minutes or so, she goes over and tries to pee, and I see no pee on the pee-pee pad. So that's suspicious to me, because that's not normal, and it could mean that there's a puppy in there giving her a problem. But then there was no panting, so I wasn't panicky, and I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to go to the ER, because nobody wants to go to the ER. It was like, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait. My vet will be available soon. So I wait, and by like 7:15, I'm calling the vet, and I'm like, I'm going to head in, and I want to get an x-ray. I want to see what's going on in there. So I go in there, and it's like everything else was a priority. It was that's just how it goes anywhere you go. The unborn babies inside the mom are just not an emergency. To me, they're an emergency because they're dying, possibly. I want to see the x-ray. I want to know if there's a puppy in there in the canal dying. And I sat there I got there like 7:30, and I sat there until 11 o'clock before they finally started the C-section. And I'm just pacing, and my heart's just racing the whole time. And I just know that I probably got dead puppies, because once they did the x-ray, it took them like 2 hours after doing the x-ray. No, like an hour and a half after doing the x-ray before they actually went in. And let me tell you, that x-ray showed that the puppy was breached, puppy was in backwards, but the vet, I was walking in as an emergency, and if another dog walks in as an emergency that was hit by a car, that is in my opinion, for me personally, my dog is just as much of an emergency because I have these cute little dying little infants in there, and they're alive, hopefully. But to the person who owns that little dog that was hit by the car, yeah, that dog needs to be seen first. And when you're sitting at that vet's office, you can't just go to the next vet because then you're starting over and you could have the same. So I had to just sit there, heart racing. So anyways, my vet, I love my vet. He lets me in the room. He doesn't let other people in the room because they just haven't been with him as long as me. But I've been with him for like 35 years. So he lets me in the room. And when those puppies are born, he uses propofol, which is the anesthesia, it's what they use, the anesthesia that doesn't go into the puppies. It just hits the mother's brain, and it just doesn't affect the puppies, which is great because you want those puppies thriving. So if you're a breeder and you need a C-section, ask for propofol every time. It costs extra, but it's definitely worth it. So he uses that on him, and my puppies come out all wiggly, unless it's a problem. Well, all three of these guys, he was like, oh God, this puppy was lodged in, and huge puppies for her. All three of them were barely moving. I had to give mouth to mouth on the one that was stuck in the canal. And what you want is you want wiggling, you want them to turn pink, and you want them to cry. And it just took forever. I'm talking like 20 minutes before I heard a peep. And you're just working on them. You're rubbing their bellies and doing all these things. That's why I'm so thankful to be in the room. Because if I wouldn't have been in the room, they might have all three died. But the first one would have definitely died without the mouth to mouth. I mean, I'm not saying definitely, but it's just no one else would have given them mouth to mouth. Okay, especially the way they look when they're coming out. I don't care. I'm gonna save a life. I'm gonna save a life. But she never contracted. Bottom line, she never contracted. She never panted. So keep your eyes on your mamas. If this would have been a dog in a situation where the breeder wasn't aware and wasn't paying attention or had a day job or whatever, she could have died very easily because she had this big, huge puppy in there blocking everything up. And then you go in and you need a C-section and all your puppies are dead, so you pay for your C-section and you're handed all these dead puppies, or they just throw them in the trash, whatever they do with them. And then mama could actually have a brain aneurysm. If in this situation, probably not because she wasn't contracting, but it would have got to that point, and the puppy would have just been stuck in there. That's why I advocate so much against puppy mills, because they don't have any hands-on with these moms. It's like they're just numbers to them. If they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. Move on. That's not the situation here. Right, Sweet Pea? You got your babies? Huh? Yeah, you got all three of your babies. Yes. Yeah, you do. And they're all doing really good. They're doing fantastic. I keep them like this. It's not the best situation, but it's best for keeping the puppies alive. I've tried so many different things. This is the best. I shred up paper towels so they can't get tangled up in blankets. And this is a big crate. I got 2 heating pads underneath it on medium. And it's kind of warm in there for mama, so I give her lots of breaks. Don't I? Yeah, I do give her lots of breaks. But it keeps those puppies alive, especially when you're dealing with these tiny chihuahuas. If they get cold for 3 minutes and they have milk in their bellies, it can aspirate up into their lungs and kill them quick. Okay, so, this is a great situation here. If you don't keep them warm, it could be big trouble. All right, this video is long enough, but I haven't done a video in a long time, so making up for lost. All right, bye.